Hey everybody, I've had a chance to talk to a few people this week, and one of the main things I'm hearing from everybody is kind of overwhelmed. Um, Not feeling like they're getting a whole lot done, wishing they were getting a little bit more done, um, and just kind of in shock. And I think that's utterly normal. Um, this is a weird, overwhelming, kind of scary time. That's fine, acknowledge that. And you should acknowledge it. Accept that it is that way, and then try to figure out how you can kind of impose a little bit of normalcy on top of it. But don't try to make yourself your own worst enemy. I'll talk a little bit more about that. The key to kind of getting through all of this stuff is getting some kind of routine set up. With everybody trapped at home and all of this stuff, it's super easy to get up, never change out of your PJs. I hope you're wearing PJs because otherwise that's a mental image I didn't want to have. But and wander around and spend your entire day eating cereal out of a bowl, in your pajamas. So first things first, get a routine set up. Get up, grab some coffee, do whatever it is you normally do, grab a shower, get dressed, just as if you were going off to a normal old day, even though everybody's at home. My other vital piece of advice is do not check or respond to emails, texts, voicemails first thing in the morning. During the normal times of the year, I would say maybe scan through them, and if there was a message from your kid's school or something, maybe respond to that. But right now, that's not a concern. So just ignore those things. Anything that's coming through in those can wait. That is the simple truth. There is nothing that urgent. My advice to everybody is to have the first couple of hours of the morning after you're showered and ready, and you've gotten kids busy doing something they can be occupied with for a little bit. Got husband or wife occupied with some stuff that they can be busy with for a little bit, is to have a couple of hours to yourself. I'm going to talk about the first hour in a later video. It goes into Hal Elrod's Miracle Morning and a bunch of other things like that. But it's basically kind of setting yourself up for success. The next hour is just maybe the top 2 or possibly 3 things that if you did just those things in the day, you'd feel like it was a total success. I mean, maybe that may be, contacting 3 clients whose anniversary of their house purchase is coming up. Great, fantastic. Just whatever that is. So let's say you're up and ready to go at 8. Don't look at email or anything like that until 10. Shift that to whatever. I tend to get up super early, so I do a lot of that stuff before everybody else is awake. That just works for me. Then I feel like, my day has already been a success. Some other basic advice. Get away from the TV. I am as guilty as this as anyone. That's why you see I'm in a completely different room of the house right now. Turn the TV off. There's nothing the president's going to say at those daily conferences that's going to do anything to change your life. If there is, you're going to hear about it on the nightly news at the end of the day, and you can deal with it then. It's just too distracting. Even though if you're one of those people like me who says, oh, it's just on as a background, it's still distracting. On your cable system or on your dish or whatever, there's probably music channels. Find something instrumental with no DJ, like a light coffee shop jazz channel or something, and have that playing. Something light and soothing. Or silence if you prefer silence. I use a website called brain.fm. For somebody with ADD, it's like a miracle thing. But you can do whatever you want. So, I guess my basic point of all of this is just try to get yourself into a routine. I've got a whole bunch of other stuff that I'm going to be talking about in other videos. I've got a whole list of them made up, and I'm kind of fleshing them all out. And that kind of leads into the other thing is right now with this being so strange and odd and such a weird world we're in. There's a saying I've heard a lot that I know to be true. The perfect is the enemy of the good. In this quest to do everything perfectly, we end up beating ourselves up. And we don't get something done that's just good. Good is still good. If you spend a couple of hours a day getting a couple of little things done, and that's all, you know what? Maybe that wasn't perfect, but it was good. And that's still something. And that's enough. Because you also need to take time for yourself right now, especially right now. So keep watching. I'm going to be making a bunch more of these. I'm going to be going into different things you can be doing in the real estate world to set yourself up for when the world returns to a little bit normal. Some things that I don't think are going to return to the way they were, and so how to start getting ready for that. Spoiler alert, video is a big part of it. Anyway, there's a bunch of things coming up, and I hope to see you here. And of course, if there's any questions or advice, or if there's specific things you want me to cover, just shoot me a note. Let me know. Thanks so much. Talk to everybody soon.